Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison and put every able-bodied man to work on the fortifications. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizens' watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier, if only for a few nights.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive. What would I do without you? Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely. Our conversation can wait.
Please, proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his reckless plans. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who would make him do this?
I would. Myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle... drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people. He's always been like this. Scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him. But he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him. By all possible means.
Fight him? No. My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be won round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. If you will extend me this, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. Which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. This is all about...
Ferment.
I'm sorry. Ah, yes. I was about, but perhaps it's better that you heard them from him.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you.
It's not only
What can I do for you? An excellent choice. I do like a customer who knows what he wants. An excellent choice. You've a keen eye. An excellent choice. You've a keen eye. An excellent choice. I do like a customer who knows what he wants. You've a keen eye. And a fine, fine day to you.
We'd have our coin, our stock and our stalls, and we're just...
So you are content to abandon the... Please, I beseech you. If you are a true son of Northreach, you must fight...
That's exactly what I am. Or trying to, at least. The land...
Even when our true enemy is hiding in the garret... Fine. Thank you so much.
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeways. Like father, like daughter.
She made an uninvited appearance at the Vale earlier, hoping to convince the Dame to join her in fomenting rebellion.
I bet that went well. Her ladyship seems to have a way with people. Anyway, what brings you here?
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh, she did she? Right as always. In fact, you're just the man. We've had some reports, you see. Sightings of, you know what.
They're back.
Seems that way. All over, too. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but if you're willing, you could go and see what's what.
All right. Where should I look?
You know Grieger's Weep? One of the sightings places them somewhere on its shores.
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other sightings. Let's rendezvous back here later.
I'm nervous. Well met, Sid. This is the initiate.
Yours.
Please, just Sid.
Oh, the sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes.
I am. But I swore I'd face him.
And who would that be?
Gav. It was it. No magic, no support, just one man. It taught me what one man can... And I've been training ever since. So that one day...
You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions.
So...
You haven't even started. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out.
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me.
Even now, the capital has moved. The Empire keeps the watchtowers overlooking royal meadows and the Sea of Grace manned. But only by a skeleton crew. It's a trial, not a death sentence.
Come on.
Yeah!
Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town. Call that a test, Ultima?
Clive, it's me. Are you all right?
I am. But I dispatched the few that I...
Well, there's something. But what were they doing south of town? We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other.
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. I should probably go and have a look. You head back to Northreach. I want you there.
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy working her, stirring up ill feeling towards her father. But she'll have her marching on the barracks if we're not careful.
What? I'll do what I can to come. Be careful.
Don't worry, I'm not like you.
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. But now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as Great Grieger wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore! You may have filled my daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not be corrupted!
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla! Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a branded.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Grieger.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caernarvon and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order!
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
But she is but a common...
Whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell. The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, there'll be someone there to meet them.
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured the people will play their part. The herbalist has donated her stock of medicines to me. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the Vale. We'll see to them there.
Thank you, milady. I will.
I'll play my part too. You still one for numbers. Unlike the enemy. I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt the thralls by the lake were the last of their number.
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get taken by surprise. What about you?
I'll make my way up the road to Oriflamme. I've fought a few of these things. And while I can't promise to hold them all back, I should be able to thin the herd.
All right. But take care.
Thank you. Both of you.
You can thank us when it's over.
Till then, madame. Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia. These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Ah! Or maybe not. Damn it. Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run! If you want him, you'll have to go through me. Ember. Gone. We're ready. Tell us what you want us.
And you're here to fight?
If you'll give us...
are so many of them.
Not for long. Is it over? No. It's only just begun. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to...
Clive.
And you, the road to Orif, how did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but nothing the girls of the Vale can't put right.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've survived. I thank you both.
You were right. And I had thought that that without a strong, they would drift apart. But you brought them not by force, nor by the exercise, by simply being one of them.
Our purpose was ever the same. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory.
As did you. His radiance said it himself. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. I forgot that.
I'm sorry. I should never have taken. I only wanted you to how I...
Do not blame. I should have...
Your Eminence, your ladyship. But I believe the same could be... We all want safe, and we... Will you... Thank you. Now that... And today there are...
Madam Isabel is... I see that it is...
You're right.
Forgive me for saying so, milady, but you still do. The dame said it herself. And that goes for you, one of us.
One of you.
Well said.
Well, I should see if Isabel needs it.
Can we get you anything?
How goes the treatment of the wound? I'll be happy to man one end of a stretcher. Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must.
Tell me. But I sense you. For you, madame, I have...
Very well. Long I was Carla then. So sought after was I that it was only they who... Alas, for naive as I fell in love with her. He was my master's guard. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving. Half dreading, half until we found ourselves here. It was the Vale that took us, that fed us. Those that could be healed at least. My love was already too far gone.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived. But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief. Shared in it, though I was still a stranger to them. They treated me like a sister. And so I swore that I would always do the same. That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me. That I would repay my debt to the Vale.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
You're a lot like him, you know. Perhaps that is why I have such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. But our efforts will be rewarded. Just look at us now. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter, all united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on your support too?
Always.
I didn't expect... Where is Ember?
He must have fled. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his... He was nowhere to be seen.
I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but...
The right man for the... I believe this is the lock.
Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid...
What? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you then, his heir.
But Sid, he...
He did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. Well, don't you leave...
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.
You should have seen him. The thing didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, neither did you, I hear. Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not. Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conch and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you.
Daft as a brush, that one. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, that time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulder.
Couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This...
But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Remember that.
Sid, I wanted you to know. I will be taking personal responsibility for Ember's combat training.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
There's something about it. I feel like it's calling.
You alright?
Something troubling you?
It's just... Eda's baby will be coming soon.
I'm sure she'd like...
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Yeah, I'll let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes, like.
So, what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that Eda's due any day now, and...
Is there anything I can do to help?
You know, there just might be.
All right then.
A good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. What? There's not luck in all the realm. Oh, thing is, they're hard to come by.
Only the big day is fast approaching.
That or the bird whose oar sits attached to, aye.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing. I think I might make that my first port of call.
You're a good friend. Can't say I've ever seen a silver chocobo myself.
What is it, Clive? You can always... Right.
Let's go. Run like the wind. Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry. No need to ride from here. Nice try. There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the Wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here,
Don't give up hope just yet. But let me check the ground floor.
Then I'll search the upper level.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Locked up tight. So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled. Minimal loss of Waluda lives. Even the Imperials take better care of their brat. They were feeding bearers to it. Nothing but a Kashyyyk down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
Fine hound.
Farewell.
No lock downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a...
I know. I've been reading bearers die every day in service of their master. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And not just those who could fight, but those who wouldn't or couldn't were...
I'm afraid.
Then we're too late.
Don't say that.
A key.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. Finish up here.
All right.
Let's see what we can find down here. A survivor. And she sounds close.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. He must have been terrified.
Did Jadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he?
Chadwick.
Was that?
We have to get...
Doris.
All right. You put that bearer-eating I'll look after the girl. You teach that thing a lesson.
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers. The beast will wreak havoc if it ever leaves the prison. I can't let that happen. To me, boy! Nice try. Too slow. Nice try. Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last.
Chadwick...
Come on. We have to get...
No. I'll see that she's looked after.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her.
I know. I'm sorry we...
There's no need to apologize. How he fought to the bit. That's the man I remember.
I wish I could have... I'd like to hear more about you.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chad. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. So we escaped. But staying together was, after so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master.
But even in captivity, the battle... And he died, not as someone's...
Hyde Marie is proof of that. And the curse breakers, I'll fight until my dying...
Thank you, Doris.
This time, my heart...
There's so much food in the hideaway. Sometimes, in my cell, my tummy rumbled so loud that Chadwick would sneak me some gruel from his bowl. I miss him. He would have liked this place.
Through... Orchid. way, Torgal.
And how might I help the garrison today?
Haven't seen any of those beastly blue-eyed... Do be careful.
I will.
Good girl. Run like the wind. Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia. Straight home now.
You're the outlaw! The one who drove His Highness to madness! On your knees!
What? He hasn't heard. He doesn't look like he's willing to listen. Nice try. Damn it. Dion would have been glad to have you back at his side. Good girl.
So, will it be? Not bad, if I do say so myself. Anything else?
What are you looking for?
Many thanks. May Gilbert smile upon you.
Do you see that too?
There are many variations of the Semekian legend, but almost all agree that man was punished for presuming to set foot in the sanctum of the gods. Some describe it as holy, others heavenly, which is to say, of the heavens. Could it be that the baleful mass that now glowers over us is...
What is it? Oh, please, just make it stop. I'm scared.
It's all right.
Let's go. Can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
Bogle, kill!
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together, even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dhalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. We will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen.
I'm flattered. And I have other problems. What we need is a skilled arbitrator.
Is that so? And would he...
Of a different kind.
Well, I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis, your Lord Uncle bad...
And I will see that my son...
Very good.
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. Someone like Quentin. I hope I... No need to ride from here.
I made sure our fallen comrades were laid to rest.
I'd have followed Quentin to that manor if I...
Quentin's gonna build us new Lost Wing. And
Quentin.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be... Go on, then. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask.
And you'd have me give up what little the people of Lostwing... You'll have to find...
I'm sorry to...
And why might that be?
What he's asking. They want you to speak for those who can't speak. We'll see that. Then
you...
Then what are... Why...
Aster, I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat.
So you'll join us? Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. I can arrange for a party of Cursebrick.
That would be very much... I hear the roads are far from...
My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape. Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not... He asked if I might have a solution. And I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your...
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you...
The more than...
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can... You still haven't mentioned how we might...
Oh, the 7 high houses. They have all agreed to make the most... Oh, of course, it did take a... But luckily I had some...
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's heads.
It was more of a hand.
Well... The old battle, she had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks, and when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as... Now, join us there at your earliest...
Of course.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If perhaps I might suggest, though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work. But I'm sure that you wish to continue. Two such firm friends as yourselves, Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? I can't stand the...
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality...
And what kind of company were you expecting?
Criminal? How? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw!
Once more unto the breach.
Shall we begin? What we seek here is not to create a new nation. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, There will be disagreements, yes. And I imagine some resistance. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it as the fate of the world lies in but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that
Uncle Bar.
Now, with that settled, let's... For what great moment in history has... Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you... Well, my boy, this is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities. The realm needs its Sacrandal. I want you to keep this...
I will.
Sorry. Can't take you where you need to get to, but the Argo and me will be waiting when you get back.
What do you think that thing is?
And how the hell is Sid gonna deal with us?
Sid! You have my word!
Here, take a look at my wares. Anything else?
The bearer of the burning quill is within, my lord. To the end.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this
the day before we left. What are these?
His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to the complete emancipation of Bear. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse. And the founding of it, with the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins. Archduke Elwyn saw this as the...
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Nor would he have entrusted those who would have stood with you.
It's a pity.
'Tis true that but one at least remains.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better, after all. The duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will.
And where is...
She awaits you in the...
Thank you, sir. Shall we then?
Lord Marquis?
What is it?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing investigation. He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Was he surveying another fallen ruin?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years, an ancient religion that, by gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash? A continent teeming with orcs and...
Fully cognizant, I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the third chair. Though he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained from sending any others. Yet,
It seemed only right to, for as you so earnestly advised me.
But Ash is a big place.
Perhaps. The last owl I received from Mickleburg was it lies in the southern reaches. If aught ill
right
you are, go then with my...
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the third chair first, shall we?
This is the Required Tree, an archive where we of the Undying collect and collate our findings.
Fragments of Ultima's true nature surely lie buried within these pages. We have only to unearth them.
The Undying are not the only secret fellowship in this realm, you know. There are others, each working for their own ends. Why, not so very long ago, a society committed to discovering how one might cast magics without a catalyst was found to be operating throughout Valisthea. They were denounced as heretics, rooted out, and driven from our shores, never to be seen again.
My lord. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with...
Lift up your head, you have our gratitude.
I merely did my duty.
My lady, what exactly...
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children...
Indeed it has.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the alas. He did not live. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband, but it was not to be.
I see.
It saddens me to... It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finish, but with his grace long since gone. You are grown men, and while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the heart, I know that...
Thank you. What's that? What else? Of course, my lady.
Oh, I am. Do you know? I do. It is fact. We do at least... You...
What?
The griffin your father meant to slay is currently nesting in Titan's Way.
Come on. Faster!
Caution, brother.
Enough of you, are there? Eyes peeled, Joshua.
There it is. For House Rossfield.
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Goditha will know.
Thank the Griffin.
And the heart.
Yes, this radiant luster like frozen flame. It is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your Grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be... If you would excuse me. The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. And the graven vines encircling the stone.
It's a message. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only.
And only if we stood together. As Phoenix.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more. It was a promise.
Thank you for remaining the steadfast.
Forgive me, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the... Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to...
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly of the deep lurvy. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewellery be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short.
And thank the Fountain.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone, and so my pursuit continued. He informed me that His Grace's will had been...
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father...
As do I.
Thank you for coming back. I remain your faithful servant, my lord.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might let him see that you have received.
I suppose it would be... What do you say, Clive?
I think I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. Since the day we recover, I prithee claim it. And I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in...
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies? That I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even If it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward, then?
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning. Brother, I put Father's helm in your chamber. He should be with you when it...
Thank you, Joshua.
Don't mind.
Can't say I've ever seen a silver chocobo myself, but I have seen...
If Joshua's worried about Jill... Joshua, I don't think I'd realized how different, but...
I suppose it's not...
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her she is still one of us. And to let her know that we still need her. Now, but how to do that? When last we were truly close...
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his... and Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's hip?
To see the snow daisies. It was the first time Father had allowed us... And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys combing the countryside.
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove of oaks before we'd even made it halfway there. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say, he was none too pleased.
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business. What do you say?
Man's Hill. It's not that far.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in southern Rosaria remains as it was when we were children.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do without me, Clive? I can't say my travels ever took me back to Man's Hill. I'm curious to see how it has fared.
This is the place, but...
I'm sorry, Clive.
Has nowhere been spared.
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be...
Perhaps it's the only place I know of.
Then why not ask someone who...
Someone at the backyard. It's still here. After all these years. A lot smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy.
You two go on with that. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure, hop in, boy. This place has changed it all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, Shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal, for never giving up, for never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going. People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home. Sorry for the wait. We're ready. It's well. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all. This should be enough. Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me.
Oh, well, then I'm your man.
A silver chocobo.
Oh, or maybe not. Though there was a man stopped by the rest not long ago, claiming near some gadhop most took him for a braggart. No.
We'll see.
How do? Thanks very much. Much obliged. Thanks very much. Is that everything? I wanted one of those. A fair trade. Is that everything? A fair trade. Anything catch your eye? There you go. Much obliged.
Just because the heavens have gone to rack and ruin, it don't mean we have to. Now, let's get this stall set out.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone. Or perhaps a bawdy...
I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are no one has seen us. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their...
You're probably right.
The world seems to be changing so fast lately I can hardly keep up. But what I do know is that there's more bad news than good. You can tell that just by looking at people's faces.
Oh, 1,000.
The people of the rest may seem to be in high spirits. I give them a little wine, a little company.
Can I help you with...
You wouldn't happen to sell...
But if it's fancy...
Was a silver...
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't be the... A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon Tribe. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here...
Can hardly make out a bloomin' thing. All for a sunny day.
You deserve a rest. This one's awake. Let's see what's inside. tracks. They're not left by bandits for a change. More tracks. And these look fresh. A chocobo was here. And recently. Perhaps it still is. I don't hear anything. Well, I'll be damned. It's all right. Just borrowing. Thank you. Let's get this back together.
It was no trouble at all.
Clive, you're back. How'd you get on? Any luck?
Any luck, you say?
Crystals, crap, they're in there.
It's a lot.
Right there on the road to East.
Everything up there's been abandoned. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though
Don't blame yourself, Clive. After all. Anyway, and now...
I didn't know you...
Right, the fact I'm as good with a whittling, and that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with.
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit.
Don't speak to...
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap...
I will, I should go and see if I...
Give him one back.
was just about to go in. But then I thought it might be better if you went first.
Me lords.
How are you feeling?
Well. Is...
Wrong.
Go on. Did you make...
We did. Aye. It's a good luck charm. I mean, a bit... Oh,
I thank...
If there's anything you need.
I will.
Fancy a swift off.
I could be convinced. Don't you think you've had enough?
Oh, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over. What with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. Me whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout?
Yeah.
Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword. I may have had one too many.
You may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway, after I walk this off. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know.
One of these days, I swear, it's gonna be me.
If by under the table you mean retching on my boots half the night, I reckon one of those days was you.
Ha ha. But just wait till we crack. That stuff's strong enough to burn though.
Sounds like I'll be needing some new boots.
Do you think they'll come back?
Of course they will. It's just a big crystal.
Say what you will, Lady Karen is seen. That should tide us over until the new moon.
What brings you down from...
I need your... Joshua and I are looking for a place where...
Snow... oh.
Right.
Did you learn where we might...
The gardener here mentioned the royal meadows in Sambrak.
The fields beyond Northreach. Well, if that's the case, then I recalled that she kept a record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew.
Whose shores border the meadows.